Hey guys, good morning. It's Becky Bamboo. Woo, that's a bad glare. You see that? Whoa. I'll try to put my head there. Okay, so today is Monday, June the 6th, 2011. This is my official week. Oh boy, it's been a morning, I gotta tell you. Week 49 post-op RNY gastric bypass update video. So let's do the numbers first. This is probably going to be a long video, so just bear with me. Started my weight loss surgery journey at 424 pounds. God dang, that is so bad. And I can't seem to move over far enough. Okay, so I started this journey 424 pounds. Last week I weighed 214, which was a total loss of 210 pounds. This week, I am excited to report I am 209, another 5-pound loss for the week, and brings my total to 215 pounds. Righteous. 10 pounds from Wonderland. Are you kidding? I never would have thought that I'd be here right now. Never. I've worked so hard for this, and I'm so thankful and blessed for everything that I have right now. So, with that said, I will tell you guys, I've definitely been struggling with some stuff lately. I have recently been getting this whole thing. I didn't recognize you. I go places and I run into people that I've known forever, and they like look at me and then they go back to what they were doing, and all of a sudden they look up and they're like, oh my God, I did not recognize you. My 6-year-old niece over the weekend said, you got really skinny since I saw you last. And I said, Kayla, it was 3 weeks ago. She's like, I know, but you got really skinny. And I was thinking, it's been 3 weeks, that's it. What is she talking about? So I said, is that good or bad? She's like, no, it's really good. I like skinny Becky. It's weird. I have an aunt who watches my videos, and she's like, yeah, you look a lot skinnier in person than your videos. Your videos like adding weight to you. I'm like, what? It's fabulous to have people say such nice things. The lady I ran into an old family friend who I grew up with her kids, so we went to, I played basketball with her son and everything else, and I ran into her over the weekend, and she did like a triple take, and then she just kept going, you look so pretty, you're so pretty, I can't believe how pretty you look. And I just kept thinking, God, was I like hideous before? I didn't realize I was that bad. But it's nice to hear those things. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to say I don't like getting the compliments, because I do. But it's challenging for people to say, I did not recognize you. Like, I had to look multiple times to really recognize you. Even family members are doing that. People who I haven't seen in, a couple of months, and they're just like, who are you? I don't know if it's that as you get smaller, you finally get to a point where, 5 and 10 pound losses become really noticeable, and people really, where you can really, like 5 pounds, 10 pounds when you're 400 is like nothing. Like, you can't see it. So I don't know if that's what it is like the closer I get to Wonderland, the more like small losses are becoming are having a big impact on the way that I look. But I'm really struggling with that. And I want to say a big thank you to Becca, Losing It with Rebecca, because I emailed her over the weekend and I said, I'm not really struggling with this, because the reason I sent it to her is because I felt like she's somebody who I relate well to, because we're both, kind of big into fitness now, and I think we were built fairly similarly, and I don't know, I just find a lot in common with the things that she says in her videos and on Facebook and wherever else. So I thought she would be a good person to hit up to ask, because I feel like she's bound to have been in the same place that I'm in right now. And yeah, I mean, she said she has been there and still struggles, sometimes. And the biggest thing that I'm finding is that as people are telling me, you're so skinny, you look so great, you look healthy, you look fit, you look happy, my, like, something in the dark demon in my brain says, oh, well, if you look so good, then you really don't need to work at this anymore, and you can just, like, be done and just worry about maintaining where you're at, and, you know, not have to work so hard. Well, that's not what I want. Ultimately, what I want is to reach my goals, and I'm not there yet. And I really think that, you know, that fat monster we all have can really sabotage you and make you start to think about things you really don't want to think about. And that's one of them for me. I don't want to think about maintenance until I hit goal. And even though I'm only 15 pounds away from my original goal, I can't even believe it. I'm saying that, but is that right? Yeah. 15 pounds. That seems unreal. Even though I'm only that, you know, that far from my original goal, I know that's not where I want to stop, because 15 pounds is not going to get me to the size I want to be at. And I think I've realized over time that for me, this journey is less about the number and more about the clothing size. And I know some, you know, I think it just depends on the person. I think some people really have a specific scale number in mind, and other people are more about what clothing size they get to. I think clothing size is more and more becoming something that is important to me rather than the actual number on the scale, because what I have found is that, you know, we're all built differently. So somebody at 190 pounds might be a size 18, while somebody else at 190 pounds might be a size 12. So I think it really depends on how you're built, and it seems to me that I'm wearing clothes that are, I don't know. I've had different people say different things, so I don't want to go there. But I just think for me, it's more about, I have a goal in my head of what size clothes I would like to wear. It's kind of always been a dream of mine. So I want to try to get to that. And I think that's how I'm going to judge weight. I don't think I'm going to be able to just set a number. You know, I think ideally I'd like to be a normal BMI, but I also think that that number to get there is pretty low for me. I can't envision myself at that weight, and I don't know. I have a lot of mixed emotions about it. But anyway, I definitely am at a place where I'm very comfortable in my body. I'm comfortable in my skin. I'm happy with the size clothes that I wear. So it would be easy to get kind of complacent and just say, well, you know, people say I look good, so I look good, and stop. But that's not what I want. And Becca really helped me to be reminded that this, you know, I've said it over and over in videos that this journey is for me. I've done this for me alone. I let you all into my world because I wanted it to help somebody and give somebody information who maybe is just starting out. And what I found during my research is there was not a lot of women on YouTube who started these videos over 400 pounds. And I know there's going to be somebody else coming in behind me who will be, who may find inspiration or motivation from seeing someone start so heavy and be able to accomplish so much. And I do realize I've accomplished a lot. I mean, I see it in the mirror. I hear it all the time. It really is something that settles in more and more and more the farther you get through, that, you know, I've worked super hard for this. And I do realize that this is a big deal. 215 pounds is a big deal in less than a year. So anyway, I just have had some struggles lately with the fat monster, I think, and with the just demon inside thinking it's okay to stop now. And I'm finding I really have to push through this. And the other thing is I'm the people that don't recognize me, I'm really struggling with that, because I have a hard time recognizing myself. And when other people are saying they don't recognize me either, it starts to make me wonder, who am I? and I start to kind of dwell on that. And not that it's not in necessarily a real negative way, but I do think that it comes out in the more to the negative side of things, because you just start to think like, well, I've always known who I was on the inside, and now I don't know who I am altogether. So it's tripping me up a bit. So those are kind of the issues I'm having right now. I'm still working hard. I'm still eating what I should eat, and being aware of everything, and trying to work out as much as I can, and getting ready to start a new venture in my life. I start my new job tomorrow, which I'm really excited about. I've talked to my manager about 5 times today. She called me this morning to kind of finalize things, and she had been on vacation last week, and she kind of couldn't remember when she had told me to come in to start. And I said, well, it was supposed to be tomorrow. Is that okay? And she's like, oh yeah, that's fine. But then there's been some paperwork that has to be done within 3 days, and it's like 3 days of within 3 days of being hired, or when you start. So basically my start day is tomorrow, so I have 72 hours to get stuff done. But I got all the emails for it today, so I've been trying to get it all done. Well, there's one thing that's not working, so I keep having to call her and tell her this didn't work. And so then she'll call somebody, and then they send me another email and it doesn't work, and then they send me another email and it doesn't work. So I've talked to her a whole bunch today, but I'm really excited about getting back to work. I know this is going to be really, really good for me. I just have like that feeling that this is going to be really a good experience, and I'm very much looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to learning. I'm looking forward to doing something new. And I do think at the end of the day, I'm going to be good at this. I really think that this is something that I can be really successful with. And I haven't had that feeling in a long time, which is kind of nice. So that's going on. So, I'm just pushing forward, doing my normal routine, and realizing that I'm 3 weeks from my surgery. That doesn't seem possible at all. What it's like, today's the 6th, so it's like 8 days before 8 days from now, I had my first pre-op testing day, and then like 10 days from now, I started the clear liquid diet from hell. It's just hard to believe how fast this year went. I mean, it went so fast. I feel like just yesterday I was doing like week 5 updates, and now it's week 49, and it's pretty insane to me. But I'm very happy with the way this year has turned out. I've learned a lot about myself, a lot about what I'm capable of. A lot of blood, sweat, and tears have been involved with my journey, and I feel so happy that I documented all of this for myself, because it has been a good tool for me to go back and look and listen and hear what I was thinking at this time and that time, and how did I get through that. And it's really been helpful. So anybody who's watching videos thinking you're going to have weight loss surgery, really think hard about documenting them. Even if you never post them on YouTube, even if you never get involved other than to just watch videos, think about doing something major to document it for yourself. What you're thinking, what you're feeling, how things are going, the good, the bad, the ugly, so that you have something to look back on. Even if you just do photos, take a lot of photos. I take a lot of pictures. Anybody who's friends with me on Facebook will know that I'm a photo hog. I just post, and I get some grief from it from my family, because I do not use a separate Facebook account for my YouTube friends versus my friends and family that I know. I use just one account because I'm not hiding anything from anybody, and I don't feel like I need to do separate accounts. I feel like I can I'm an open person, and I can let you all into my real world. But I get a lot of grief from family about being a drama queen with all the photos I post on Facebook. But I do that because I have so many YouTube friends on there, and I feel like all of you are my friends, and I like to share the moments with you. I do a lot of videos still, but there's just some things that are better shown in photos. So do something. Videos, photos, I don't care what it is. Do something to document at least every month, at the very, very least every month. I would encourage you to do something once a week to document how you've changed. Every week, if I look back at each of my weekly update videos, you just can see the transition in me. And, even in video, you're only seeing from here up. You still see changes all week, every single week. It's pretty remarkable to watch. So I just always want to encourage everybody to do something for yourself. You don't have to post every single picture, every single video that you do. Just do, I've got a lot of videos I never post. I've got a lot of photos I never post. They're for me. They're just for me. And make the journey about you. I didn't, find the YouTube community and, think, oh, well, I just want to be part of this community and I'm going to do all this for these other people. No, I'm doing all this for me. At the end of the day, I say what I feel like saying on my videos because it's for me. I don't really care who I offend or what they think about it, because bottom line is it's just me. It's just for me entirely. So anyway, I guess I get on a little tangent there about that, but I just think people really need to do something to document the process, because it's a really big ordeal. I don't think you realize how big a deal it is when you first are starting out and you're first, getting out of surgery and getting recovered, and you have so much going on that you're thinking about. But you will reach a point partway through and you'll just all of a sudden go, this is a really big thing that's happened to me and that I'm being successful at, and you'll be thankful for it. So anyway, I had such a busy weekend. I am exhausted today, and that doesn't happen very often anymore, but it was late nights, early mornings, and just go, 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 go. I traveled back home and I spent some time with my mom. She was shopping for some furniture, and I was the furniture opinion person, giver thing. I don't know. But we had to do some traveling to go to some odd stores and stuff. But so I did that Friday with her and just had a fabulous time. And then over the weekend, my niece graduated from high school. My niece is, if you want to get technical, she's like a step niece, but I've never looked at her that way. She's just my niece. She came into my life when she was about 4 years old. So I've watched the kid grow up. She's my niece, blood or no blood, she's my niece. And so she graduated high school this weekend, which was really fun. We went to the graduation Saturday, and then they had a big party Sunday, and it was so much fun to see her graduate. And I look forward to watching her in the next few years, because it'll be interesting to see how much she changes. I know, I think it seems like, your first few years out of high school are such a big change. You grow so much and you mature so much, and she has really matured a lot over the last year even. So I'm just looking forward to that, and I'm so proud of her. So it was just a busy weekend. I think graduations are so boring, high school graduations in particular, because the students just tell these like inside jokes through like the whole thing, and it's like nobody knows what you're talking about, and you just sit and it's like painful to sit through it all. But I thought that even of my own high school graduation, our class people, like speakers, told all these inside jokes, and I'm like, I don't even know what they're talking about. Did I even go to school here? Because I have no idea about any of this stuff. But I don't think like 90% of the students in our class knew. It was just like a select little group that were friends, and they thought their stuff was funny, so they talked about it. I don't know. I just think it's bizarre the way they do high school graduations. So anyway, it was a very busy weekend back home, and we didn't get home last night until, I don't even know, close to 11, I think. My parents live right across the street from a miniature golf place. I grew up playing miniature golf, and I know I've talked about this before. I'm on the wall of history over at this place. When I was about 3 years old, me and my brother putting over here. So I tried to get over there. The owner is an older woman. She's like 80, I think. And they have they are the ones that built it and ran it, and have always run it. Her husband died several years ago, but I grew up with these people. I used to go plant flowers with her and all kinds of stuff. So when I'm home, I try to go when they're open in the summers. I try to go over and say hi and whatever. And I had the opportunity to do that this weekend. Actually, Friday night, I talked to my dad and my brother, my younger brother, and his wife and my husband into going to play mini golf. And we do that about every year. At some point, we'll all go together and play mini golf. Well, my two brothers were like the king. My older brother was like the real like major king of mini golf. Like just he owned it, like he just was so super good. They used to do a thing when we were kids. Once a week they had play day. You paid $5 and you played all day long. And they had tournaments and all kinds of stuff for kids. And it was a blast. And we would do it every single week of every single summer. So we played a lot of miniature golf over the years. And my older brother used to always beat me, always, win. And then when my younger brother was old enough to start playing, he was beating me. So I was the worst one of us. Well, anyway, Friday night we played miniature golf, and I blew my younger brother away. I mean, I beat him by like 13 strokes. I just killed him. So I kept the scorecard, and I showed it to my older brother the next day. And he was like, oh my God. So he calls my brother up and gives him a hard time about how bad he played and this and that. So anyway, we ended up having a rematch last night. And so we didn't get home till late because we didn't start playing until, I don't even know what time it was. It was late. And my older brother shot the worst round I've ever seen him shoot. I said, man, there's some bad juju over here. If I'm like beating people, it's really pathetic. So, but we had a good time. But anyway, Saturday I decided to go over and see the owner. I knew she was over there, and my husband had never seen the Wall of History over there. So I decided, well, let's go over there and we'll visit and whatever. So we went to visit, and I had visited with her and her son, who actually has another business inside the same building. I've known him forever too. I used to mow his grass when I was a kid, but she was sitting in this clubhouse, and she was like, oh my God, you look so different. Now, she knew I had weight loss surgery. They all knew I had weight loss surgery. But when I had seen them last summer, I was, relatively freshly post-op. So I was down, I don't even remember, maybe 50 pounds at the most the last time I saw them. And I came and she's like, I just cannot even believe that you're look at how small you are. So she ranted and raved. Well, while we were talking with her son came through, and he walked right past me, like literally, like right next to me, walked right by me and didn't say anything, and just, went and sat down next to her, and he was kind of doing stuff, and we kept talking, and all of a sudden, like, he glanced at me, and then he went back to what he was doing, and then he, like, his head whipped around, and his eyes got really big, and he's like, oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! And I started laughing. I said, I knew you didn't recognize me. He's like, I did not recognize you at all, and I walked right next to you. And I was like, yeah. So he got up, and he put his arms all around me, and he's like, look at how small you are! Oh my God! I can get my arms all the way around you and then some. So I was just like, whoa, this is a little bit much. Like, this guy's not, I've never hugged him before, so it was like invasion of personal space, but it was pretty neat. He's just like, you have done fantastic. He's like, I didn't know. When we saw you last year, I thought, it'll be good if she gets some more off, but I never thought I'd see you this skinny. And I said, I'm not done yet. And so he looks at my husband, and he says, you got to make sure she sticks with this. And I just looked at him, and I probably had like this look on my face like, oh, please. And my husband looks at him and says, you know what? You don't have to worry about her, because if anything, she's the one that drags me to the gym. She's a machine, and she owns her surgery, and she's never going back. And he was like, do you really? I said, yeah. I said, I really, this is my new life. I take control of this. And I told him, I said, I ran my first 5K just a few weeks ago. I said, I run a lot now, miles and miles every week. And he's just like, I can't, it just blows me away. So it was pretty neat to, it's neat to have people not recognize you, but then it also like starts to mess with your mind some. I don't know when that'll stop, but I'm sure at some point it's all going to stop, and then I'm going to be lost because it all stops. That's what I anticipate anyway. So that was a really fun thing we did this weekend, is went to see them, and I have so many fond memories with these people. I literally grew up there. I mean, we moved across the street when I was 3 years old, and the kids that used to work there would come over to the fence line, which is right across the street, and would yell at my mom and ask if we could come over. And they would basically like babysit us, but we never had to do anything. We would just, I mean, like we would do work with them. Like we'd plant flowers, we'd wash the golf balls, we'd help wax the golf balls. I can tell you the inner workings of this place because we grew up doing it. So, it's pretty cool to go back over there and look at the pictures and reminisce, and we still have fun playing. That's what gets me. I'm 31 years old, and I go with my brothers and my family, and it's still as fun today as what it was when we were little kids playing. I feel so thankful that was a part of my childhood, you know? It's just weird. So anyway, lots of stuff happened this weekend with my weight. Having my niece tell me I was so skinny since she had seen me, and I thought, man, it's only been three weeks ago. And my aunt told me that my videos are putting weight on me, and the friend at the bank didn't recognize me. I had that a lot in like 4 days. I lost count of how many people like looked at me and then went back to what they were doing, and then would whip their head around and be shocked when they realized who I was. It's an interesting feeling. I don't know when I'll get used to it. I just really don't, and it really does play with me mentally. It sure does. So anyway, this week is going to be busy. I've been slammed today. It's already 1 o'clock. I haven't even gotten half of the shit done that I need to do. This is now a 30-minute video. I am so sorry it's so long, but I've had a lot to say. So I'm going to cut it off here. I think I've said enough. I start work tomorrow, so you probably won't see a video from me until like tomorrow afternoon or Wednesday. And I will update you guys as time progresses with how work is going. And I want to say thank you to everybody for all the support you've given me with, my time off, and with all of my weight loss. And I've been thinking more and more what I want to do for my 1-year video, and I really don't know. What would you guys like to see for a 1-year video from me? I get a lot of video suggestions, so this is the perfect time for me to ask. Is there anything in particular you want to see for me for my 1 year that I need to start working on? I did have a request from somebody else that I got to send my story to, but I don't know when I'm going to have time to do it, honestly. Okay, so you guys have a fabulous, wonderful week, and I will see you all soon. Mwah! Bye, guys.